that every time, because I'm just thinking about the life of these clowns around me, and I love to put that in their faces. What you're seeing here is the extreme, but for me, when I'm as a target video, showing what's happening to me is also a way to just box in. Like, I need to anchor in the stupid. When they do things that's so obvious, I wanna hold on to that, because then I face them. Then I get the chance to see them. I'm like, okay. By the time I see you, I've built myself the right way to face these clowns properly. I build myself to be ready to face them the right way. I don't care if they don't read the room of what I'm saying. I don't care. It's for me to be able to be. I need to anchor in this stupidity. They actually do me a favor, in the sense that, okay, if they're capable of creating this this stupidity of irrationality, or this dumbness, it means that that's how discredited they are. I have to maximize the stupidity here. Let me just start by saying why I'm making this video, why you're seeing this random stuff. I want you to call it a target video. A target video is a human subject the government utilize. The government utilizes this target video, these human subjects, by utilizing weapon systems that can rewire and manipulate the brain, but also attack the mind. And they also, part of this program consists of an ecosystem of individual. Some of them are adult men, adult women, and there's a lot of childlike participants. These clowns, that's what you gotta call them, are just supposed to be the clowns. They are theatrically retarded in some cases. Some of the cases, they're actually like that. You have to see them as that. But these clowns needs to be accountable for what they're part of. So for me, I know that a lot of these participants are nothing. You've seen my last video. And I don't put weight on in regard of what this is about. They truly are clowns. You have to see them as clowns. They're nothing. The government utilized their stupidity or their theatric stupidity to gaslight you. There are not people that you should take seriously in regard of what this is about. They do their part to drive you into insanity. But they don't expect you to react, by the way. That's how disconnected they are. They expect, for example, this next door neighbor. In front of him, I'm listening to somebody causing a mass shooting, killing next door neighbor, making a whole manifesto. And I'm looking at him. They go, hey, okay, do your thing. They do this nasty manipulation. And then they have this trash around you that try to gaslight you. And they want you to internalize this manipulation. This is perfect for me because it adds to the stupidity. It adds, what you're saying here, it adds to how you should find them credible. They're just clowns that's supposed to gaslight you. They manipulate you in these degrading ways and they want you to internalize this. This is how stupid things are. Okay, sometimes they think they can behave a certain way. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. This is what you call Hinge. Hinge is a dating app, right? Everybody knows Hinge. On Hinge is something called Standouts. What it does is Hinge puts a bunch of profile that stands out because they've got, let's just say, a lot of attention. Those standouts, to be able to like or swipe right here, you have to pay. There's like a fee. But once a week, Hinge gives you one free swipe on standouts. If you want to do that again, you have to pay. So, today is Sunday. I get the free run rules, the free swipe on the standouts. The standout is supposed to be like the profile that a lot of people are like wants to match with. So on the standout today, I see a bunch of I have only one free match, so I'm very careful because I don't want to pay. So I'll go through everything. Everybody, of course, look great. I'll swipe right to all of them, or at least most of them, if it was free, but it's not. I'm going through each, and there's one woman. It's like, okay, I'll go through. It's like, oh, she's definitely not bad looking, good looking woman. I would swipe right, but I'm not going to spend, not on this. Like, now, if it's going to cost one match, is not worth. I mean, for me, for that, I'll save it. I'm looking at her pictures. Okay, more on the slim side, but definitely, good looking. She's about 36 years old. She does look like that age. She looks like, mid, early 30s. And I see her location, or not her location. She's from somewhere not far from here. And she has a background that is from like some Hispanic background. Like, okay. And I look at her, and immediately when I see the Hispanic background, actually, to be honest, and that's only because of how the influence around me has made me start thinking, in a sense of wherever you go as a target individual, in whatever community, whatever country, the community will participate in what's happening to you. If you go into a community where there's a bunch of African, this community is going to do this. They're going to participate. They're going to mess with you. The community involve themselves in this. If you go to a Chinatown, the community is going to. It's wherever you go. So now I'm currently located in a place where there's a specific community, and I've been here for a while. Now, because I've been here, it becomes I'm getting like this negative connection with them. And I know it's not a race thing. Wherever I go, people of my own race, people of my own culture, people from my own country will do the same thing. But because the people who participate in that, in where you're located, and you're located here, it gets annoying. Like now when you look at, for example, this woman who's has nothing to do anything. The only thing that she has in common is she's from, like, has the same background. He's like, and it's just because the perps here have the same background. And I know it's not because it has nothing to do. I've accepted I was in a different community before. For a short time, they were doing the same thing. It goes like that. But what they tell me here is they have this teenage shit here who are telling me they're going to frame me with. And they also have this background of Hispanicness. These clowns, first of all, want me to think, you see, that's proof. Because these teenage kids here are going to frame me, or they're going to be using these kids to frame me. And they have this Hispanic background that I should be subscribing that is proof. Because this woman, who has the same background, is from the same region of the world. And then it goes further. That, actually, we framed you. We didn't even frame you. We set you up. This person, the standout, is not a 36-year-old. It's somebody who's not an adult. See a teenager, it's like, oh God, Jesus. And not to mess with me, I tried to find the picture, the Hinge profile. I couldn't find it. It's like, I maybe accidentally exit out or so, whatnot. It's not the first time they do that. Clearly, it's some 36-year-old, 30. She look her age, okay? She doesn't look like, she look like a 35-year-old or something like that. And their age is there, and she look her age, and she's in a standout. She has a fur and everything else. Like, gosh. And like, no, actually, she was pretending to be in her 30s. Because they've done things where, like, you've seen a video, like, where there's actual kids playing 30-year-old in dating profile. Which I made a video about it. So now they try to mess with me. They've done it so many times. Oh, this is not somebody who's really 36. We pretended she was 36. And, because I can't find the profile, they really try to gaslight you to make me accept this thing. It's like, yeah, it's not fair. It's like, trash. She's an adult, a 30-some-year-old. You want to mess with me? I can't find the picture because it's going to look like she's clearly some 30-some-year-old. And then you're going to have some little retarded here who's actually teenage shit. Try to gaslight me. And they'll be like, yeah, now you raped me. Trash, you're a little retard. And I'm so thankful that I didn't live life like you. When I face these clowns, when I face this trash, I'm like, you bunch of retards. You're a bunch of fucking retards. Why would I not want to crash out? Like Steve Marlowe. Take a video, see this trash for what they are. Thank you, God, I didn't have to live life like this. I'll confront them the right way. There was the next door neighbor who started, yeah. He started making noise. I don't know what he say. To try to make me subscribe to this. They don't have self-respect. And I'm going to put that in their faces. I'm going to face them. There's some people, some of them, I think that if I just confront, it's like you're going to look like a clown. I was in front of him listening to the man saying, mass shooting, saying these people next door are doing this, and I'm looking at him. He's trying to say, it's like, look, it's on camera. Trash ass. Well, you try to gaslight me with this stupidity. Take me just stay strong and see this trash for what they are.